Hello and welcome back. This is packet number 2, part 2 for USD259 district. If you are needing help with this. So yesterday we talked about how to tell if a graph is proportional or not. And remember that it is proportional if you have a straight line and it goes through the origin. If we look at number 5, this is not a straight line, so it's automatically a no. I want you to try and do 6 and 11 on your own. 12 is pretty much the same thing as 11, so I crossed that one out. So you just need to try and do those two on your own. So now we're going to move down to the bottom. We're going to kind of combine everything together. We're going to do 3 things. The first thing is we're going to plot some points. Second thing is we're going to see if it's proportional in the graph after plotting, and if it is, find the constant. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to number this 1 and 2. So we're going to start with 1. Looking at 1, we're going to first label our table with X and Y. And you can label this by looking at your graph. Remember, Y is up and down, X is side to side. So we see that number of posed pictures is X and number of unposed is Y. So now we're just going to plot some points. So the first point I'm going to plot is 1620. 2430, 3240, and last 3645. Then after plotting those points, you might want to find a straight edge. You can use the side of a paper, you can use a ruler, whatever you can find. And you're going to want to draw a line straight down. So just straight down from where you plotted. And as you can see, it is going straight to the origin. So remember, straight line and through the origin means it's proportional. So now we're going to find our constant. And remember, constant is y over x. So if I look at my table, I'm just going to use the first point they give us. So 20 is your y, 16 is your x. And when we simplify that, you get 5 over 4. So our constant is 5 over 4. And that's it. And now we're going to move to number 2, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to label our table X and Y. Remember looking at your graph. So jump shots is Y, free throws is X. And then I'm going to plot some points. So the first point I'm going to plot is 1412, 3530, 4942, and 7060. Connect those points. And when you connect them, you'll see that it goes straight and it goes to the origin. So this is proportional. So now we find our constant. So y over x, looking at the first point they give us, y is 12, x is 14, and that simplifies to 6 over 7. Flipping to the next page, I'm going to number these first. So the top one is going to be 3, then 4, and then the bottom 2, 5 and 6. So looking at number 3, same thing. Looking at my graph, which one is y and which one is x. So it says red beads are y, blue beads are x. And my first point, 2812, 4218, 56.24, and 63.27. Connecting those points, we see that it makes a straight line, and it also goes to the origin, so finding our constant. Constant is y over x, so looking at our first point, our y is 12, and our x is 28. And that simplifies down to 3 over 7. So we just did 3 examples, and I want you to try and do 3 on your own. So you're going to do number 4 and number 5 and 6 on your own. And the very final page for today is we are going to now find a constant and write an equation using a word problem. So remember, our constant is y over x. And in order to write an equation, you're going to use y equals kx. I know they use m, but I like k better just because that's usually what it means for constant, so I changed that to k. So we're going to look at number 1. So number 1, it says during your morning workout, you run for 20 seconds and you sprint for 3 seconds. And if you look, it says determine the constant of seconds you run to the seconds you sprint. So remember, constant is y over x, and whatever comes first, so in this case, running is first, that's going to be your y. So a variable for run is r, and a variable for sprint is s. So I'm going to change that to r over s, and then you just place in your numbers. So you ran for 20 seconds, and you sprint for 3. So 20 over 3 is your constant. Now to write our equation. Remember, our equation is y equals kx. And I'm going to change my variables. So y is now r. K is our 20 over 3. And x is s. So I know that was a lot, so we're going to do another one together. So it says a picture has a height of 7 inches and a width of 6 inches. And we want to determine our constant of height to width. So constant is y over x. Whatever comes first is your y. So height came first, so h for height, w for width, and now we put in our numbers. So it was 7 inches high, 6 inches wide, and that's going to be our k. So 7 over 6 is k. So now we write our equation. Y equals kx. Y is now h. K is 7 over 6. And x is w. So you're just changing things out. You're not really changing anything else. You're just putting it towards what the word problem is explaining. So number 3, I have 17 calories for every 5 minutes. And the constant is calories burned to minutes. So y over x, calories is c, minutes is m. We burned 17 over 5, so that's k. 17 over 5 is k. Equation, y equals kx. Y is now c. K is 17 over 5. And x is m. All right, last one for today. You have 6 students for every 1 adult, and the constant is students to adults. So y over x, s for students over a for adults, and you get 6 over 1. Now thinking of whole numbers, remember whole numbers always have 1 over it, so it's really just 6. So k is 6. Now our equation, y equals kx. Y is now s. K is 6. And x is a. If you need any more help, feel free to Google Classroom, email, or use the Remind app. Have a great day.